Clark County Today is presented by Cano Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting canorealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your ClarkCountyToday.com video update for Wednesday, October the 28th. With 6 days remaining until the November general election, more than half of Clark County's registered voters have already turned in a ballot. As of this morning, more than 173,000 ballots have been returned, well ahead of the 105,000 at this time in 2016. And that equals 52% of registered voters, a number which has also been growing quickly. For more details on the upcoming election, including how you can still register to vote if you haven't done so already, head over to ClarkCountyToday.com and click on the 2020 election info button over on the right-hand side of the page. Well, Clark County Public Health today said 67 more people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 24 hours, and hospitalizations are also on the rise. As of today, there are 26 people with a confirmed case and 12 more with a suspected case in Clark County hospitals, representing slightly over 6% of overall bed space. Public Health also released new demographic details today showing that 55% of cases have been in people between 20 and 50 years of age, while that age group represents just 38% of the county's overall population. In terms of race, the Latino population has been most impacted by the pandemic. They make up 10% of Clark County's population, but 30% of overall cases. To read more on the latest numbers, check out our full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. In sad news, the body of a missing Vancouver woman has been recovered from Lacamas Lake. 56-year-old Terry Curley apparently went kayaking alone on the lake last Sunday but never returned. Her car was found parked at Ledbetter Boat Launch on Tuesday, and the empty kayak was spotted floating on the lake. The Clark County Sheriff's Office Marine Patrol Unit responded along with Camas Police. Churches and businesses closed. The 15-page internal memo for State Patrol released the day before the June 19th protest stated that they were under orders to close SR 14 and I-5 during the protest. Lee's lawsuit seeks to ban any such future actions by State Patrol or the governor's office. To read more about the lawsuit and the documents, check out our story at ClarkCountyToday.com. A group overseeing a planned $800 million project along I-5 at the Rose Quarter met this week. The Executive Steering Committee focused largely on the history of racial inequity for communities in that area. The proposed plan, which would build 2 lids over I-5 and extend auxiliary lanes on I-5 between I-84 and I-405, is viewed as a chance to reconnect the communities divided by the building of the interstate. Now, that project was originally expected to cost $450 million, but cost estimates have ballooned quickly, even as critics point out the plan would add no new lanes on I-5 at the Rose Quarter, a primary pinch point for southbound commuters on I-5, which includes tens of thousands of Clark County residents each weekday. Well, one of Vancouver's most popular Halloween trick-or-treat spots is figuring out how to keep the tradition alive in spite of the ongoing pandemic. Our own Jacob Granneman explains.
Halloween is very different this year, but Jim Maines has been decorating his house for 35 years, and he wasn't going to let any changes stop him from sharing what he loves with the community.
So Holidays on Franklin started in 2014, I believe. A group of us here in the neighborhood, just on this little block of Franklin Street, decorated for Christmas, and everybody really got into it. And so we created a Facebook page, and it just kind of kept growing. And I guess our house is kind of the centerpiece because we do pretty much every holiday, but our two big ones are Halloween and Christmas. We thought because of COVID, one, we still really wanted to decorate to have that normalcy for the community, for kids. And so the feedback we've been hearing is people are very happy that we're decorating, and we know a lot of people in our neighborhood who just because of maybe being older, they didn't want to risk, giving out candy on Halloween. So we thought for the families that don't want to send their kids out trick-or-treating, we would add a night for just a drive-by experience. The candy shoot is new this year, and back in July we were starting to look at ideas and things that we could do to still give out candy and do it in a safe way. And the candy shoot seemed like kind of the coolest idea that would kind of fit into the vibe of the yard. So we just have a 20-foot PVC pipe that we spray painted black and spray painted a ladder black, and it's kind of funny putting the witch up on the ladder, kind of showing what it'll look like on Halloween night. We totally realize, like, even having our actors interacting with the kids like they would in the past, this year we're not going to be doing that. And another big difference is we would have 4 different performers fly in every year that love Halloween. They come in from Denver, and unfortunately they're not coming this year just for safety. And then also some of our local performers that are a little bit older that love coming out and helping, they won't be here either. So our performers this year that dress up are going to be a little bit younger, and they'll all be behind, either in the yard or behind barricades that we're going to set up in the driveway.
All right, great stuff. Thanks for that, Jacob and Jim. Hey, lastly, this afternoon, the Salvation Army will be kicking off another donation drive next week for food, personal hygiene products, as well as household cleaning supplies. Here's Paul Valencia at the Salvation Army with more on that.
Good evening, Paul Valencia here at the Salvation Army. Hey, next week, Thursday, November 5th, the Salvation Army is having a huge food drive. Also news, bell ringers will return for the holiday season during the pandemic. Here's Captain John Morrow.
Hello friends, I'm Captain John Morrow from the Salvation Army Vancouver Corps, and I just want to thank you that I get an opportunity to share with you something big we have coming up here pretty soon. The Salvation Army is going to have a food drive on November 5th alongside with our kettle kickoff. So come on down to the Salvation Army in Vancouver, serving all of Clark County, and we're going to be receiving not only food donations but hygiene products as well. We want to serve our community. The Salvation Army has been in the community for 130 years, and we're celebrating that. Even in the midst of COVID-19, we're still serving. And even in the midst of COVID-19, we've been serving 1,100 families, so we need to continue to stock our food pantries. So please come on down and see us and bring some food donations. We're getting closer to the Christmas season, and we're also going to be having a kettle kickoff because we believe we're going to continue to ring in the new year with the beautiful sound of the bells. The donations that you put in the red kettle continue to help support the Salvation Army Vancouver Corps all year round with all of the people that we're going to serve it. Not only during the Christmas season, but we're also going to serve people all year long. So come down and see us on November 5th.
All right, thanks so much for that report, Paul. And that is your midweek look at the stories we're following for you at ClarkCountyToday.com. Like what we're doing, consider sharing us with your friends and family. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where you can see when stories are posted and weigh in on what's happening in our community. If you have a news tip or a story idea, feel free to shoot us an email to news@ClarkCountyToday.com. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with you again tomorrow.